Game week 32 predictions now. Last week I got 2 points. That is the worst I've had since the start of this. That is awful. I only predicted Newcastle to beat Leicester and Spurs to beat Southampton, which are easy predictions to make. This week will include 11 games. We'll have Newcastle and Crystal Palace game included into this week. We're going to start off with City, my team, versus Crystal Palace. First, City, they went against United and wasn't a great performance from us. I don't get the reasoning of benching Doku, Grealish, and Savinho, whatever you want to call him, after the performance they had against Leicester. Like, the players we put in this time were so much worse against United. And one of them was Kevin De Bruyne, who played his last derby, and it was a snooze fest. Then we have Crystal Palace, who managed to beat Brighton 2-1. Mateta got the first goal, which was a banger. Helmet Mateta might be a big problem for a lot of teams. And the other goal getter was Munoz, who I think has been really underrated this season. Not many people talking about him. He's included in a lot of goal contributions because of how they play with the wingback system. But it's not all positives for Crystal. They also got 2 red cards, one from Gehi and one from Nketiah. Both kung fu fighting, swinging their legs way higher than they need to be. As for the scoreline, City versus Crystal. City, I'm worried for this game. I don't see us beating them or having an easy game against them. I'm going to go for a draw, honestly. I'm going to go for a 1-1. Next up is Southampton versus Villa. Southampton, their manager got sacked. Juric, that is now 2 managers sacked in the season, and they are now officially relegated. There's no possible way of them staying up now. And last thing for Southampton, Dibbling is not an 100 million worth player. He's not that. I don't know why they put that price tag on him. This game, he wasn't doing much. He hasn't been doing much for a long time, actually. As for Villa, they beat Forest. They had a great start against them, getting 2 goals basically back to back. Someone who deserves a shout out is Maatsen, because since he's been here, he hasn't really done much, but recently, almost like after I made that video of underwhelming players, he's been performing. And this was probably his best game so far. Another thing for Aston Villa is that they're pushing for Champions League, the top 4, top 5 positions. Getting a little worried about those, but they keep pushing for it. And then also Aston Villa played against PSG in the Champions League, which they got destroyed in. They were away. Everybody expected them to lose away, but I feel like they didn't really show anything in that game. They didn't really show hunger. They just sat back and then countered, which worked one time, but then the rest of the game PSG was all over them. In the Prem, it's different. It's Villa, it's Southampton. It's gonna be easy here. I'm gonna go for a 3-0 win to Villa. Next game is Forest versus Everton. Forest, like I said, they lost to Villa. They, I guess, were asleep at the start. They conceded twice early on, and they managed to get a goal through Jota, but the goal was really lucky. It went right through Konsa's legs, and it sort of funneled the ball to the net. So they got lucky to even get a goal there. Their striking or their finishing was awful this game. They really missed Wood or Awanyi, which they didn't have. So that's another bad game for Forest. As for Everton, they get another draw against Arsenal. And Everton weren't really good this game. They fought hard to get that point. In my opinion, I think they deserved to lose. And Arsenal were the better team, and they had a weaker side. Not a great game from Everton either. As for the scoreline, Forest is at home. I think they should be winning this one. I think Everton could give them a hard time, but I think they'll edge it over. I think 2-1 for Forest. Next up is Brighton versus Leicester. Brighton are now 4 games without a win. That's a pretty bad run. They had a good run, and now they're in a bad run. They nearly got a draw, but it was blocked by Henderson on the line. So great stop from him. And also they got a red card as well. Ben Heke will be missing this game, but honestly it doesn't matter. It's Leicester. Leicester are continuing their scoreless run. They nearly broke it through Daka, who hit a post, and then the ball rebounded and hit the other post. Wasn't enough though. They still have that scoreless run, and I think they're going to keep it here against Brighton. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Brighton. Arsenal versus Brentford is next. Arsenal fielded a weaker side, but still managed to have a great performance against Everton. Should have got the win, but it ended in a draw because Everton got a pen through a Lewis Skelly foul. But honestly, I don't think it was a foul. I think it was a bit harsh. But yeah, they get a point. And then they also played against Madrid. You have to clap for them. That was a great game from Arsenal. I'm not a Rice enjoyer, but His free kicks and his set pieces are just top tier. Who expected that result? 3-0. Other than Arsenal fans. I mean, what can you say? Just congratulations. And then there's Brentford, who went against Chelsea. They had a great first half, or decent first half. They had the better chances than Chelsea, but it ended in a 0-0. Very boring game. For the scoreline, Arsenal versus Brentford, I think I'm going to go with a 2-0. Next up is Chelsea versus Ipswich. Chelsea, like I said, they went against Brentford. They got the draw. First half, they weren't doing much. In the second half, they just started sending shots. I think Enzo just said, let it go, release it, take some shots. But they weren't good. None of the shots were really that good. That's more points dropped from Chelsea. I think it's safe to say they won't be getting champs. I think that's safe. I don't know if I'm crazy. They're still in around there, but I just don't see it with this team. Then there's Ipswich. They lost against Wolves. The only positive you can really take is that Delap is now on 12 goals. So they're going to get some good cash from him. As for the scoreline, honestly, I can see a tight game here. Chelsea aren't the best right now. Ipswich give teams a hard time. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Next up is Wolves versus Spurs. Wolves, they got a deserved win against Ipswich. They were the better team by far, and it came through Strand Larsen. I don't know what happened. Ever since Cunha left, Strand Larsen has taken the mantle, and he's been the face. I think Wolves will be all right without Cunha. I'm starting to see that they are a solid unit. As for Spurs, they beat Southampton, was it? Yeah, Southampton. They made light work of them. Johnson got a brace. You know it's easy when Johnson gets a goal. Johnson's awful. And then they gave a pity pen to Tell. He got a goal now in the Prem. I think that's the first one, I believe. And then they also played in Europa League. They played against Frankfurt, which they got a draw, but I think they were the better team. That's not what they wanted, though. They wanted to win at home, and now it's going to be a little bit more difficult away. But for this matchup, I just feel it's very Spursy for them to beat Southampton, get a win, put a great game against Frankfurt, and then come to Wolves and get a draw. Something they don't want. Very, very up and down team. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give them a 2-2 draw. Next up is Liverpool versus West Ham. Liverpool got the goal first through McAllister. It was a rifle of a shot. Great shot from him. But then it followed by 15 minutes of awful defending from them. One mistake after the other led to 3 conceded goals. And they ended up losing the game. And they still need 11 more points to win the league. It's not done. Somehow they haven't put it away. As for West Ham, they reverted back to a 4 at the back instead of the 5 at the back they've been doing for a more attacking game, which I think worked. I think they were a bit better than Bournemouth, but ended up drawing. Fulkrug, I don't know if that's his first goal, but finally he does something. Finally he's not injured and he can do something. And then of course Bowen, always having a great game, it feels like. As for this game, Liverpool versus West Ham, I don't know why, but I feel like West Ham can do something, but I won't give them the points or a point. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Liverpool. Next up is Newcastle versus United. Newcastle beat Leicester. They had another insane goal, or almost insane goal, from Schär. He hit the ball from halfway and almost went in, hit the crossbar, and Murphy cleaned up, which was one of 2 goals he got. And speaking of Murphy, he now has 7 goals and 9 assists. I mean, he's having an underrated season. As for United, they got a draw against City. They were the better team in my opinion. They honestly could have won. Bruno again having a great game. It looks like Mount's back. I think they should start giving him more chances rather than Garnacho in that 10 position they put Garnacho in. And they also nearly beat Leon, but Leon got a draw in the last second, which sucks for United. But honestly, United are improving. A lot of their players are coming back. It seems like Manu also came back for that Leon game. So I think they have more depth now. I think they can start picking up a bit more points, pushing probably for Conference or Europa. Not too sure, but this is going to be a tough game for them here. But Newcastle are pushing for the top 4. They need these points. I think they're going to win here. I'm going to go for a 3-1. Next up is Bournemouth versus Fulham. Bournemouth, they drew again. Hopefully Areola doesn't leave. It looks like they're slipping down and won't get any European competitions, which sucks for them. Even Nelson, great positioning from him. I think it's top tier. As for Fulham, they beat Liverpool. Great 3 points to get. Second team to beat Liverpool. Sessegnon had a great game again. I said he was doing good off the bench. They started him and he did great again. As for the scoreline against these two teams, Bournemouth versus Fulham, I feel like Fulham is a bit better right now. They're going to be on a high off of that Liverpool game. Bournemouth are sort of dropping a bit slowly but surely dropping down. I feel like Fulham is going to win here 2-1. And then the last game of the game week, Newcastle versus Crystal. Already talked about both of them, so I'm going to just give my scoreline here. I'm going to go for a, high scoring 3-2. And those are my predictions for game week 32. Tell me what you guys think. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace.